starter with Cabrera at shortstop, Wise in left field, Jermaine Dye in right field, Jim Thome the DH, Konerko at first, Ken Griffey Jr. in center field. The hero of last night, Alexi Ramirez, is at second base with A.J. Pierzynski behind the plate and Juan Uribe at third. John Danks in search of win number 12, his ERA a sparkling 3.47. The umpires tonight, and there are 6 of them. At home plate, Tim McClellan, the crew chief. At first base, Darrell Cousins. At second base, Gary Cedarstrom. At third base, Jerry Meals. Down the left field line, Ted Barrett. Down the right field line, Mike Everett. And as John Danks takes his warm-up throws, the defense behind him, left to right, will be Wise, Griffey, and Dye. The infield, Uribe, Cabrera, Ramirez, and Konerko. A.J. behind the plate, and John Danks on the hill. The defensive lineup of the game is presented by the members of the sprinkler system installed in your home or business. You'll sleep better at night knowing your loved ones are safe, so call 708-597-1800 or go to sprinklerfitterchicago.org. And a very cool, very crisp night in Chicago. I'll turn it over to my play-by-play partner, Ed Farmer.
And Steve, Happy New Year to you. And I know the holidays are here for you. And missed you last night at the end, but you were with us here in the booth, I'll tell you that.
Well, it was a very exciting ball game, especially in that 6th inning, and tonight hopefully more of the same. And John Danks going to have to reach back because this is a team that's given him trouble, and he's got a lineup that's given him trouble.
It is Danks for the Sox tonight against Blackburn for the Twins. Sox will play tonight their home white uniforms, tops and bottoms. The Twins, great traveling uniforms with blue pinstripes. Starting uniforms are brought to you by Triple Threat Sports. Go to triplethreatsports.com. You want to wear what they're wearing on the field. And here's the pitch, the span. It's over for strike one. That's delivered at 6:37 Central Time.
Well, John Danks said he felt so good last time out that maybe, he said, on 3 days rest this time, he won't try to overthrow anything.
0-1 outside, 1 ball, 1 strike. 6:37 first pitch, 56 degrees, northwest winds at 11. Time and temperature brought to you by Menards. Save big money, visit Menards. Sidestep kick, the 1-1 to Span, right down the middle, 1-2.
You're not going to get the high strike from Tim McClellan, but you are going to get maybe an inch or so on the outside corner. He will call the corners, but he's more a north and south guy than the east and west guy.
Here's the 1-2 to Span, a swing and a shot foul to the backstop. 1-2. Is Uribe playing too close at third right now because he's on the grass in front of the bag?
Well, now I think he's been told by the dugout to move back. The only thing you have to watch out for is that little chopper because Span has great speed.
At Minnesota, he hit one of those little gork shots down the left field line that barely picked up the chalk. The 1-2 to Denard Span, outside, missed the corner. The fans wanted to call it a strike. 2-2. We're sold out tonight here at U.S. Cellular. Everyone wearing black, and they have black towels that they are waving. Span, a left-handed batter. Danks, a left-handed pitcher on the 2-2. Outside, 3-2. You walk him, Steve, and he's going to run.
Well, you walk in and you've got some problems because they use Casilla with the hit and run. So Span probably figures he's going to see a fastball, and I would think he's going to see one also.
Here's the 3-2 from Danks to Denard Span. He walked him. He was ahead 0-2 and walked him. Not a prolific start right there. Far from it. Seven pitches to walk Denard Span. And here is Alexi Casilla. Switch batter. He'll face Danks from the right-handed batter's box, where he hits .270. Overall, he's a .283 batter. He's in a crouch at home plate at the Metrodome. This was a bunt situation for the Twins. We'll see what happens here with Casilla. Span at first with a good lead. There's a throw over there by John Danks, and he's back safely on a dive. In this broadcast later on, Steve will have a Binny's attendance brought to you by Binny's Beverage Depot. Locations all over Chicago. The newest one, the latest one in the South Loop. Better prices, better selection. Visit Binny's. Casilla waits. Danks delivers. Fastball in there. Strike one.
Span has swiped 18 bases. He's been caught 7 times. This entire Twin team has swiped 102. They've been caught 42 times. So they will run. They'll also use the hit and run. They'll also bunt.
Uribe up at third. Danks will look at first, slide step, and there's a bunt foul over the backstop, 0-2.
Well, you like that kind of technique because he dropped the head of the bat, got out in front of it. The bat was in foul territory, and it's very difficult to get the ball to go fair. So now you're looking at a possible strikeout, which would be a big one in this situation, from a guy who doesn't strike out very much.
We have seen Gomez bunt with 2 strikes. We also saw Casilla at the Metrodome singled to right field on a pitch on 0-2 with a runner at first. Span at first, leaning towards second, and there's a throw over there by John Danks, very close to a balk, Steve. He barely stepped over there.
Well, Danks is trying to vary his move and vary his timing. That's the way to shut down a running game.
The leadoff walk has Span leading from first. With that lead, now he leans towards second. 0-2, room to work to Casilla. Danks delivers a swing and his pull, foul on the ground. Another thing about these Twins, Steve, they will spoil off pitches that are ever so close.
Well, that's what the team is built on. It's built on contact. You've got a couple of guys who will strike out quite a bit, but there's not many. Delman Young will strike out. And you've got Gomez who'll strike out an unbelievable amount, 142 of them.
No score, just getting started. A leadoff walk to Denard Span. Great lead he has at first base. 0-2 to Alexi Casilla, their second baseman. He goes in the pitch. A swing and a line drive. A rebase got it. This is going to be a double play. Throws it over to Konerko. Double play. That was a rocket, partner.
Well, it was hard hit, but it was hit right at Uribe, who was well off the line. And sometimes you need some luck. We didn't have much in Minnesota, and that's some luck because Span had second base standing up.
He was at the bag when he caught the line drive.
If Casilla just takes that 0-2 pitch, he's standing on second base.
2 out, and here's Joe Mauer, the catcher, and talk about an average against Danks. Wow.
He's 8 for 12 lifetime, 7 for 9 this year.
Fastball down for ball one. That looked pretty good. Ball one. 8 for 12 this year. That's not bad.
7 for 9 this year, 8 for 12 lifetime, and 7 for 9 in a season. Ed, you could almost throw the ball to him underhand and say hit it, and he couldn't go 7 for 9.
1-0 pitch. That's low. 2-0. You're right. I would try that. I'd tell the catcher, tell him what's coming, because when we're trying to outsmart him, that's not working. 2 outs here in the first. No score. A line drive double play off the bat of Alexi Casilla. Doubled up Span, who is running. Big pitch here on Mauer. 2-0, and here it is, a swing and a foul to play to the left. 2-1. White Sox winners yesterday against the Detroit Tigers. The big blow, the home run that was hit by Alexi Ramirez in the 6th with the bases loaded. His 4th slam of the season. Major league record for a rookie. The Sox went on to win 8-2. Here's the 2-1 to Mauer. Right down the middle, knee high, called strike 2.
Mauer is going to win the batting title. He's up by 4 points over Dustin Pedroia. Nothing that an 0 for 4 or 5 tonight wouldn't cure. And now the fans up on their feet, and they're all waving the black towels.
Everybody up here at U.S. Cellular all the way around. Of course, the guys who have standing room tickets, they've been up anyway. The 2-2 to Mauer. Struck him out. In the inning, no runs, no hits, a walk, a double play, nobody left. After a half inning on the south side, the Twins fail to score. White Sox are coming up here at U.S. Cellular.
MLB at Home is presented by Scott's, who knows that some of the best games are played in the backyard. Scott's, grow more good.
Cabrera, Wise, and Dye to face Nick Blackburn, their starter. How much, Steve, will it affect Blackburn, what Ozzie had to say in Minnesota after the White Sox were beaten by Blackburn?
I don't think it's going to affect him at all. I think he's thinking about making each and every pitch as good a pitch as he can. And for the Sox, because Blackburn throws sinkers, they have to be careful about the ball low and in. They want him to get the ball up. Don't forget, he gave up 4 hits in an inning, only 1 run that time, and 3 hits in the 5th inning before they finally took him out of the game.
Sidestep kick by Blackburn. The pitch to Cabrera outside. Rarely will you see, and that's called a strike, delayed call by Tim McClellan. Rarely will you see the Twins pitcher start any White Sox batter with a fastball. Here's the 0-1 from Blackburn. Swinging his tap foul along the third baseline. 0-2. Last night the White Sox refused to go to right field off Freddie Garcia, although they did win. Garcia was throwing a 2-hitter into the 6th inning.
I think they have to go to right field against Blackburn because I think he forces you to go out there. Now he throws the sinkers inside to the right-handers, and he throws the fastball away to the left-handers. So his strong side is over the arm side of the plate.
0-2 pitch, line drive left field. That's a base hit.
He hung a breaking ball there, and you talk about 0-2 pitches where you want them. You want them low and out of the zone. That one came rolling up there and said, hit me. And hit me Cabrera did. So he's been as hot as any of the White Sox hitters. He got a tumbling breaking ball and drove it into left field, and a promising start.
Talked about his start at Minnesota. In the second, he gave up a double to Tomey. Productive out by Konerko, grounder to short with Tomey making third, and they scored on a Griffey grounder to first. Ramirez, Przinsky, and Uribe singled, and yet the White Sox didn't get another run across. Here's Wise, and there's a throw over to first, and Cabrera's back safely.
I think you remember that there was a game where Wise hit leadoff, Cabrera hit second. Wise drew a walk leading off the game, and instead of either bunting or hitting and running, they just let Cabrera swing at it, and he grounded into a double play.
See bunting here?
I think I'd like to see it ahead of Dye and Tomey.
We'll see if he bunts. Up at third is Harris, the third baseman. There's a bunt attempt, fouled for strike one. Got to make a better attempt than that.
Well, first of all, you're bunting in that situation. He's standing in the batter's box, so he's bunting for a sacrifice. And to get your bat out there as late as he did, it's almost then impossible to get the bunt down. And if you're bunting for a sacrifice, you want to bunt it up the first base side to Morneau.
That start you were talking about where Wise led off, that was against Blackburn. He walked, and then Cabrera bounced into a 6-3 double play. 0-1, Cabrera at first. Blackburn checks him, and the pitch to Wise is swinging a pop-up out of play. They took the bunt out of the realm there. Just removed it and said, go ahead and swing.
Well, he made an 0-2 mistake to Cabrera. Maybe he will to Wise. Blackburn this year has thrown 187 innings. He's given up now 221 hits. That's a big number, but he's walked only 36, so his control's been pretty good.
0-2 on Dwayne Wise. Cabrera at first, the 0-2 pitch outside, 1-2. The winner of this game goes on. The loser, I'm going home.
And one thing to bear in mind, Blackburn's given up 22 home runs. This entire Minnesota staff led the major leagues in most home runs given up in the month of September with 41.
How about those hits at 220? That's a lot of
big
hits.
number.
Runner goes, it stops. The 1-2 pitch, chopped to second, waiting Cabrera. They run him back towards first. They got him in a pickle as they throw out Wise. They got Cabrera between first and second. Morneau runs him down. Cabrera's out. The inability to get the runner bunted to second base comes up empty as a double play ball.
And Casilla did a pretty good job of running as hard as he could at Cabrera to force him to stop. He took a couple of steps and then delivered the ball to first. They got the force out. Then it was easy after that.
I believe it went 4-3, 6-3, 6 on the double play. 4-3, Wise was out, and here's Dye batting with no one on, and the bases need to be filled again. Pitch to Dye, in there for strike one. If Blackburn's stuff is bad, his fastball's 91. The 0-1 is down and away. 1-1. Harold Baines is not with us tonight. He has an ulcerated stomach lining, I guess, and Omar Munoz is taking over the coaching duties at first. Here's the 1-1 to Dye, low, called a strike. 1-2. That was a long time to call that pitch a strike.
And McClellan's looking over at Jermaine Dye, who's had 2 pitches called on him that he thought were out of the zone, especially the second one.
No score, 2 down in the Sox first. Blackburn back to work, and his 1-2 pitch to Jermaine Dye. Foul back. We said goodbye to one of the great guys in the game of baseball today in the White Sox family. Guy who played shortstop at the major league level for a number of years. Shortstop Eddie Brinkman died today in a hospital in Cincinnati. We will miss Eddie Brinkman around baseball as well as with his Sox organization. He was much loved here for sure. 2 down, the 1-2 pitch to Jermaine. Inside, 2-2. That's not supposed to be a strike. He wants to go away, doesn't he?
Well, that's usually what he does, and he'll probably go back to the pitch that he thinks is his best, and that's that little slider away to the right-handers.
No score. We're in the first. The 2-2 to Dye. Swinging a line drive foul to play down the left field line. He got something up.
It looked like he tried to throw a sinker. It was only 85 miles an hour. But it was on the inner portion of the plate, and unfortunately Jermaine was a little too quick on it.
Sox had a leadoff single from Cabrera and then a double play off the bat of Dwayne Wise. The bunt was on for 1 pitch and then taken off. Two out, bases empty. The 2-2 again to JD. Low and outside, 3-2. A walk here puts one on for Thome.
The delivery of the first pitch of the game is brought to you by Quiznos. Go to Quiznos.com to have toasted sandwiches delivered right to your home or office. Order Quiznos delivery at Quiznos.com. Quiznos, love what you eat.
Madai on top of home plate, waits for Blackburn, and here it is on 3-2. A swing and a ground ball to short. Charging Punto gets a nice hop, throws on the run, and I'll take care of Dye and the Sox. In the inning, no runs, one hit, a double play, and nobody left to the second. No score here at U.S. Cellular. No score, second inning. White Sox have a hit. Minnesota has a walk. Each team has turned to double play. Both of them unusual. There was a line out on a hit and run to Uribe, who threw back to double up Denard Span, who was 90 feet from first base. And then in the bottom half, the Sox had a leadoff single from Cabrera, and then a 4-3 out on Wise, and then in the pickle was Cabrera, 4-3, 6-3-6. Justin Morneau, their first baseman, an RBI leader in the American League, will lead it off for the Twins. And there's Danks with the delivery right down the middle. Strike one.
Morneau's another guy with big numbers against Danks. So he certainly wants to be careful with a guy that has tremendous power.
Always think that if Danks can get the curve over, he can get this guy. There's a swing and a miss. Tied him up, Steve, on inside half with a fastball.
He threw that one up over his hands, and Morneau expanded his zone. But it looked like that was a cutter. It wasn't quite as swift as a fastball.
Infield back, outfield very deep. The 0-2, a swing and a foul to the backstop. Get him reaching for that.
Morneau able to stay alive. This year he's fanned 84 times, walked 76. A lot of these Twins have really good walk to strikeout ratios.
Brzezinski works through the signs. Room to work. 0-2 on Justin Morneau on the delivery. He struck him out. It was a one-handed swing. Second strikeout for Danks. He ended the first by getting Mauer. He opens the second by punching out Morneau, and here's Kadire.
That was a great slider. Kept that ball low and away and put it in a perfect spot. And striking out these two guys back to back, it's pretty impressive.
Here's Kadire, and he's got big numbers off of John Danks also. And that fastball low for ball one. He's been hurt most of this year, and Kubel had taken over the designated hitting role for these Twins. 1-0 fouled into the glove of Brzezinski. 1-1.
John's rushing up there about 93. Early in the season, head first dive for Kadire. He dislocated and lacerated his finger, then came back and broke his foot. So he's had a number of injuries.
1-1 to Kadire. Swung and a miss. 1-2. That's 92 with a tail on it.
I remember it was Kubel against Burley.
Yes.
And everybody wanted Kadire in that game, but Ron Gardner felt that it was a better matchup.
Fans stand again. The pitch. A swing and a chopper to first. Konerko charges. Waist high hop. Gloves it. Steps on the bag. 2 down.
Got to watch the first pitch to Delman Young. He likes the ball high. He'll swing at it face high. He likes it letter high, and he loves the first ball fastball if he can get it.
Delman Young, 10 homers, 69 runs batted in, hitting .292. They liked the average, but they wanted more home runs from him.
I think they thought they were going to get him.
Young looks at something downstairs for ball one.
Doesn't mean next year they won't, but they paid a high price. They paid their starting shortstop and a middle of the rotation guy in Matt Garza.
Yeah, and they're sending Tampa Bay to the division. That pitch in there, 1-1. Tampa Bay's already won the division in the East with the players that they sent him. That was a big thing.
Yeah, Jason Bartlett did a great job of solidifying their infield. So this was a trade that helped both teams.
There's the 1-1 to Young, a swing and a miss on a tailing fastball, 1-2.
And he'll swing at that all day long, but that was up and out of the zone. We're talking about that face-high fastball that drifts away from the right-handers. You don't want to rush yourself here. This guy still has some big power, especially to the opposite field.
Fans stand once again here. 2 outs, the 1-2, a swing and a fly ball to right field. Dye almost in his tracks, now jumps back a few steps. Delman Young's out, so the Twins, they go 1-2-3 here in the second. Danks has retired 5 in a row. Middle of the second, no score. With Steve Stone, Ed Farmer at U.S. Cellular Field, game 163. Both teams identical records have this playoff tonight 88-74 for the Twins as well as the Sox. Mark Zarang is our engineer here. Tim Bach, Dave White, Nick Shipkowski. They work in the Score Studios in downtown Chicago. Playoff atmosphere because one's going to the playoffs. And here's the pitch to Tomey. Inside corner, strike one.
This should be a good matchup for Jim because he likes the ball down. And although Blackburn tries to keep the fastball up on him, occasionally it does what it usually does, which is sink.
The 0-1 to Tomey. Outside, 1 ball, 1 strike. He tried to go in, got the strike, went away and missed.
But when he goes to get him, he's going to want to keep it up and on the inner portion. But a sinker baller has to go away from his strength to get Tomey.
Have a shift on for Tomey. The 1-1. Outside 2-1. The shift, Harris, the third baseman, is actually playing shortstop. Punto, the shortstop, is playing in center field about 15 feet behind the skin part of the infield. Casilla, the second baseman, he's in right. Here's the 2-1 Blackburn pitch to Tomey. Swung on a miss. 2-2 now.
That looked like the pitch he was looking for. It was down. It was in the zone. But he just missed it.
Twins swept the Sox last week at Minneapolis. Here's the 2-2 to Tomey. Inside, just missed the corner. Wanted the call, didn't get it. 3-2.
Well, Greg Walker, talking with Jim Tomey before the game, said that that's where he was going to try to get him. He was going to try to throw it up and on the inner portion when he had to come get him. Now he's going to have to sink it away.
Steve mentioned 36 walks, 93 strikeouts. The pitch fouled off.
Guarantee 2008 postseason tickets with an 09 season ticket deposit. Call 312-674-1000 or visit WhiteSox.com for more information. Your chance to get in on the postseason action.
Stadium looks like a convention of priests at the Vatican. Here's the 3-2 to Tomey. Check swing. He walked him.
That wasn't even close to a swing. And he appealed down to Jerry Meals. He said no.
Union contractors, skilled laborers of Chicago area Lesset. For that walk, make a donation to Misericordia Heart of Mercy. Visit misericordia.com to join Lesset, supporting individuals with developmental disabilities. Here's Konerko.
He's looking first ball, fastball, middle in. Omer Munoz, the first base coach, taking the protective gear from Jim Tomey.
Twins had a double play against the Sox in the first, as well as the Sox against the Twins. Leadoff man on for the second consecutive inning for the Sox. A walk to Tomey, and here's Konerko. Here's a swing and a high fly ball to left. Back goes Young in front of the warning track. Now onto the warning track in front of the Fox photo. Makes the catch. Tomey tags it first, and he bluffs a move towards second. He could have made it.
Well, that's not the guy you're going to run out. Delman Young has a tremendous arm. In fact, they throw pretty well all the way around. Gomez likes to show off his arm and sometimes doesn't exactly throw it on the mark. But where you ran on all of Cleveland's outfielders and most of the Detroit outfielders, you have to be careful with the Twins outfielders.
Ken Griffey Jr. to the batter's box. He has 611 home runs. The last one in the fourth inning at the Metrodome against Nick Blackburn with 1 out.
And this, again, a good matchup for him. Same reason it's a good matchup for Tomey. He loves the ball down, especially on the inner portion.
Span will play deep and right and towards the line a bit. Blackburn will look at first. The pitch is swinging a line drive to right, down the line to the pole, foul. That was a home run if it's fair. Strike one.
Save the date. It's SoxFest 2009. It's presented by U.S. Cellular. It'll take place at the Palmer House Hilton from January 30th through February 1st. For details, visit WhiteSox.com under Community.
Leadoff walk, then a fly out to deep left. Tomey at first, walk into a lead, guarded by Morneau, the Twins' first baseman. Blackburn from the belt. The 0-1 in there, 0-2.
I'm just kind of surprised that Carlos Gomez is playing just a couple of steps into left center field. They're leaving a huge gap in right center, and Griffey likes to pull the ball.
I was going to say he can go shopping at the patio area in right center with no problem. 0-2 on Ken Griffey Jr. Mauer working through the signs for Blackburn. The right-hander into the stretch. Tomey with the lead away from first, checked in the 0-2 pitch. Outside, 1-2. Question is, who's going to blink first? Who scores first and then makes the other team just blink and say, uh-oh, we could be in trouble. One out, one on. Infield a double play depth. Junior waits for the 1-2 pitch with Tomey at first, and he struck him out on a pitch out of the strike zone.
That was a diving sinker well out of the zone, and now last night's hero steps up to a rousing ovation.
They stand for Alexei Ramirez all the way around. His slam yesterday put the Sox to this day right here in this game. Well, these numbers for a rookie, Steve: 21 homers, 290, 77 runs batted in.
Imagine if he'd played the month of April. I mean, he was hitting 121, I believe, toward the ends of April. He didn't have an opportunity to get that many at bats, and then Uribe got hurt. And you'd have to say that Alexei made the most of it.
The fans are chanting, "Let's go White Sox." No score. We're in the second. 2 down. Tomey at first. Ramirez waits for Blackburn. Here's the delivery. Low for ball 1. I have to wait because I can't see the home plate umpire's hand whether it's a strike or not. His home run yesterday, a slam off Gary Glover. First pitch that he saw, goodbye. Blackburn reading signs, now into the stretch. The infield back, outfield deep. The 1-0 to Ramirez, fouled back on the ground of the backstop. 1-1.
Alexei's trying to lay off that ball that moves well inside, because Blackburn has good movement on his fastball.
They take that pitch, that's ball 2. I'm not saying they haven't learned from their time at the Metrodome. This is not a controlled environment out here now. He's going to have to make some adjustments, and so are the Sox. Tomey a 3-step lead away from first. Now 4, now 5. 1-1 on Ramirez in the pitch. Outside, 2-1.
That was a good take because that was an inviting slider that dipped out of the zone.
If you let him, he will work deep in counts.
Well, the Sox are usually pretty aggressive early in the count.
Managers tonight, they'll go quick to the bullpen, won't they?
I would think so.
2-1 on Ramirez. Blackburn's 2-1 delivery. Low and outside, 3-1, and he showed bunt. He had movement from Harris at third base.
Now is when you hit and isolate a location. For Ramirez, it's middle in, it's about thigh high, and you guess fastball. If you get anything else, you take it. You've got AJ coming up next. Left-handers usually have luck against Blackburn. See how much patience Alexei has, or if he gets that fastball to his liking, how far he can hit it.
Tomey at first, 2 down. 3-1 the count. Blackburn's pitch. He walked him.
That was a good at bat because he was throwing sliders just off the corner, and Alexei wasn't having any of it, and it brings AJ to bat.
It's another spot for the union contractors, skilled laborers of Chicago area lesson for that walk. Another donation to Misericordia Heart of Mercy. Visit misericordia.com to join Lesson, supporting individuals with developmental disabilities. Brzezinski would like nothing better than hit a 3-run homer here, and we want him to. Tomey at second, outfield very deep. Ramirez at first. No score. We're in the second, 2 down. Blackburn's pitch to AJ, a swing and a ground ball to short. Punto's got a nice hop, skip and a throw, and that'll do it for the Sox. In the inning, no runs, no hits, a couple of walks, and 2 left to the third, no score.
Now more than ever, you need technology you can rely on.
頼れる人ですよね。I'm a Dell Technologies advisor.
Ich auch.
我也是。我aussi.
And if you're a small business, we're with you.
We are with you.
Estamos com você.
We want to help.
So we'll be right here.
At home, answering your calls, providing support,
And standing by you every step of the way.
Bye-bye.
And his average at 265, and here's a pitch from Danks high for ball 1. There's no outs upstairs unless there's 2 strikes. Sitting 324 in this month of September. The 1-0. That's the same spot, same result, 2-0. Danks issued a walk to Denard Span leading off the game. That was erased on a line drive to Uribe. With Span running, he doubled him off by a whole baseline. He has to come back to get Harris. Here's his 2-0 pitch. Harris takes a pitch on the inside corner, 2-1.
And I would think that you'll be allowed to blow into your hand tonight because it is a very cool, crisp evening.
I know we can. The 2-1 pitch, fouled back, 2-2.
Won't call a ball on us?
No, I promise. I won't let him.
Okay.
If he does, we won't react in any way. 2 balls, 2 strikes on Brendan Harris, the third baseman, and Danks with a 2-2 pitch is swinging a ground ball towards right. Ramirez in the outfield has it, throws out Harris. Nicely done.
Sox Pride Fan Club. The Sox Pride Club is back with 2 membership levels, increased ticket opportunities, and more perks. Show your Sox Pride and visit WhiteSox.com or SoxPrideClub.com today. Join the White Sox official online fan club.
Here's Nick Punto, their shortstop. Switch batter. 310 from the right side, 286 overall. And this is a good little player right here.
He's had a good year for them. He can bunt. He can hit the ball the other way.
Bunts this ball first base side and rolls foul for strike 1.
And that's what he likes to do. He likes to make sure that they're in at the corners. And because he's a switch hitter, and because he's a utility player that can play shortstop, now he's become the everyday shortstop for them. He's very valuable to this team.
He took a shot, didn't he?
It was a good idea.
He's thinking now if Danks can get off the mound, he's going to have to either throw it underhand backwards towards first or spin all the way around, or I might be able to beat it out. It's 306 against left-handed pitchers. The 0-1 inside just a smidge, 1-1. If he hits 310 from the right-handed batter's box, who's he hitting off of? Because it said 306.
Well,
the 1-1 is outside high, 2-1. I'm just asking a question.
And John Danks, I think, feels the ball's a little slippery. I mean, after he let that ball go, it was high and away, and then rubbed his fingers together as if he wasn't getting a good grip.
2-1 to Punto. Beltai called the ball, 3-1. He will steal when he gets on. I believe he's 15 out of 21. 3-1 on Nick Punto. Up at third, Uribe, the 3-1. That's a strike. 3-2. Twins basically do the same thing over and over again. 3-1 on one of the little guys. We're going to wait for you to make a strike. You go 3-2. Now we're going to try and hit it to the right side. The 3-2 pitch, swinging a foul ball in the air down the right field line.
Well, that time, and Nick Punto probably is unhappy with himself because he swung at ball 4. So he helped out Danks. Now John will have another pitch.
1 out, bases empty, no score. We're in the third at U.S. Cellular. Cool evening here in Chicago. Northwest winds at 11. Everybody in this ballpark, with the exception of the people that are selling refreshments, they're in black, or so it seems. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Sidestep kick, the 3-2 pitch. Fouled back, and he chased a high fastball.
It's another one that was up over his head, and he fouled it straight back. So John has missed a couple of times, and Punto has helped him out.
There are some fans here with red shirts on. I would imagine they're rooting for the Twins. Maybe not. And it's sold out. The fan deck is full in center field. 3-2. Danks with the 3-2 pitch again to Punto. Jam shot foul over the backstop. His pitch count now has reached 41. Harris opened this inning by grounding out to Alexei Ramirez, the second baseman. And Punto has worked the count to 3-2 and has fouled off 3 or 4 pitches. He has chased some out of the zone. There's another foul to play. He is on top of home plate and well up in the batter's box.
And this is what will get a pitcher's pitch count up when you get a guy like Punto, who shortens his swing with 2 strikes. You're asking him to put the ball in play, but he keeps battling it.
He has played every position at the major league level except pitcher, first, and catcher. I'm not so sure he couldn't play first base. Pitching and catching at the same time? The 3-2 again, he walked him. Whatever John Danks was trying to do to Nick Punto, it didn't work. A 1-out walk for Carlos Gomez. Gomez is going to have to do some work with that left pocket. It's hanging out. He will bunt, and he will jump on pitches high, and he'll smell the bat and then kiss it for some reason. I guess he likes to smell a pine tar.
He's got 30 bunt hits this year, and he's very good when he bunts it to the right side, and with a left-handed pitcher who falls off to the third base side, that's what you see a lot.
He has hit 7 home runs. He's locked and loaded for velocity. At first, Punto the pitch, a swing and a dribbler up the third base line, strike 1.
Good cutter in on his hands with the first pitch. Gomez is not selective quite yet. He was the second best prospect in the Met organization. He was the centerpiece of the trade that sent Johan Santana to the New York Mets. Gomez has 142 strikeouts this year.
I watched how the Royals pitched him. They pitched him in and then breaking balls in the dirt. Here's the 0-1 with Punto at first. He tried to bunt that. Is it called a strike? He pulled the bat back. It's 1-1.
I think I'd look and appeal at first base, but so far no appeal.
No score. We're in the third. 2 walks for Danks. The walk span to lead the game off. That was erased on a line drive double play. With 1 out after Harris grounded to second. On a number of 3-2 pitches, Punto drew a walk. 1-1 on Carlos Gomez. He hit for the cycle in this ballpark this season. There's a throw over to first, and Punto's back on a big giant skip. Talked about it yesterday. You look at the scoreboard in right field, the American and National League board. Nothing going on. I liked what Konerko had to say, and Przinsky snapped her over to first, and Punto was almost had. He almost got him.
He took about 3 steps off, casually taking his lead, and John Danks, looking at him all the way, decided to use that step back and throw to first. He got back in. Good call by Darryl Cousins.
The 1-1 to Gomez is swinging his pull foul on the ground. Now it's 1-2. Konerko and Przinsky said this yesterday. They said, well, what do you think about, playing today, beating the Tigers, and then playing tomorrow? I said, for the last month, we felt like we were in playoff baseball. These are games that we want to win. The fans whooping it up here at U.S. Cellular. They are starting to stand around this ballpark. It's almost like a wave that doesn't move. It's just standing. 1-2 on Gomez. Punto at first. And there's a throw over there by Danks once again, and he's safe. There were 5 players exchanged, the Mets and the Minnesota Twins. And as Steve mentioned, Gomez was one of them. Santana going from Minnesota to New York, and Santana helped them stay in the race till the final day. The 1-2 pitch, swinging a pop-up behind shortstop, or right at shortstop, moving back now as Cabrera makes the catch just with his heels in the outfield.
Had Gomez well out in front of it. He popped it up. Now you have nothing to lose, especially with a left-hander up, in trying to run Nick Punto. I wouldn't be surprised if they do run with him in this situation. I think AJ probably went out to talk to John Danks about that.
No time to take that deep sigh of relief and say, no, I'm out of this one, because Span can hit. He's just under 300. A walk. 6 homers, 47 runs batted in. He's spread out in that left-handed batter's box. Punto at first, leaning but not running. The pitch to Span. I guess that's high, ball 1. If that's high right there, then it should be high for everybody.
And Paul has to be careful how far he comes off the bag at first base. There was Span that hit the ball behind him in Minnesota.
A single will not score Punto. The 1-0 pitch. Call the ball 2-0. One of those 2 is a strike. If one is not, then the other one is. I run Punto here.
I'd wait to 2-1.
2 balls, no strikes. Up at third, Uribe. Middle infielders towards the middle of the diamond with Cabrera at short and Ramirez at second. The 2-0. Ground ball to first. Konerko waits, gets it, steps on the bag. That's it for Span and the Twins. No runs, no hits, a walk, and they leave their first base runner. Middle of the third. Sox and Twins, no score. White Sox turn here in the third. It is 9-1-2. Uribe, Cabrera, and Wise, no score.
Guarantee 2008 postseason tickets with an 09 season ticket deposit. Call 312-674-1000 or visit whitesox.com for more information and your chance to get in on postseason action.
So here's Uribe on top of home plate, waits for Blackburn's pitch. Line drive out of play to the right. That's strike 1. See Eddie Einhorn here tonight?
I do. Wearing black.
He didn't come before the sun went down.
It's true.
Here's the 0-1 pitch. Uribe swings, grounds it to third. A step towards the line. Harris has it. Throws to first. It's perfect. Uribe's out 5-3. I'll say this, with Harris playing where he is, all you have to do is look down there and know where the pitch is going to be. or where you think it's going to be, because he moves on that pitch early.
Well, Blackburn stays inside for the right-handers. He makes no secret of that. So you either have to lay off it or try to get out in front of it.
Here's Cabrera. He has the game's only hit, a single leading off the first for the Sox. That was erased on a double play. Blackburn's pitch. It's called a ball.
I'd like to get that pitch count up a little bit higher for Nick Blackburn.
1 ball, no strikes on Orlando Cabrera, the Sox shortstop, and the delivery. That's a strike, 1-1. It's not like he's throwing hard. 91 we don't consider hard. We consider that average now with these guns. But he does have movement. The 1-1 to Cabrera. Swing, bouncing ball to short. Charging Punto has it. Throws to first, and 2 down on groundouts. 5-3 and now 6-3. And here's Dwayne Wise.
Create your own White Sox collectible using your own photos at the White Sox photo store. In 3 easy steps, you can make your very own White Sox memory. Go to photo store on whitesox.com today. 2008 Chicago White Sox are presented by U.S. Cellular. U.S. Cellular, believe in something better.
Wise takes a floater in there for strike 1. His last start was against the Sox. 5 innings. Gave up a couple runs. He also gave up 8 hits. Tonight he's dealing. Here's the 0-1 to Wise. Swinging, he popped him up over by the Sox dugout. Harris comes over with a play on the warning track. He's there and makes the catch. 1, 2, 3 go the Sox. Blackburn's retired the last 4. He goes to the dugout. We head to the 4th. No score.
Now more than ever, you need technology you can rely on.
頼れる人ですよね. I'm a Dell Technologies advisor.
Ich auch.
我也是.
Moi aussi.
And if you're a small business, we're with you.
We are with you.
Estamos com você.
We want to help.
So we'll be right here.
At home, answering your calls, providing support.
And standing by you every step of the way.
Bye-bye.
It's 270 from the right side. Here's a swing and a line drive, dropping fast to left. Wise went back. Now he comes in. 1 pitch, 1 out.
That's what John Danks would like this inning if possible, but you got a couple of tough left-hand hitters up in Maurer and Morneau, but you want to keep your pitches to a minimum. He's at 51 already. If he can get through this inning with a manageable total, he should be in pretty good shape.
Here's Maurer. He'll do some landscaping. While he's doing that, let's take an ID break on the Score on the Sox Radio Network.
Sox fans, tomorrow from 10 to noon, it's Sox Twins Recap.
With Hampton Homes on 670 The Score.
WSCR Chicago, WSCR HD, 670 The Score, a CBS radio station.
With Steve Stonehead Farmer at U.S. Cellular Field, 4th inning, 1 out. The pitch to Maurer is low for ball 1. No score. Mark Zarang is our engineer here. Tim Bach, Dave White, and Chris Tannehill work in the Score studios in downtown Chicago. Here's the 1-0 to Maurer. That's a strike, 1-1. I'll just call him from up here.
First time up, Maurer did something he very rarely does, and that's a strikeout. That's 49 times this year.
1 out. The 1-1 to Maurer. Outside corner, strike 2, 1-2.
In fact, when you look at Maurer's numbers, they're startling. 84 walks and just 49 strikeouts.
They say he's 8 for 12 against Danks. They better rephrase that. He's 8 for 13 now. They stand at U.S. Cellular. The 1-2 to Maurer. Swung on and fouled. Just did get a piece of it.
That was a straight change. You very rarely see lefty to lefty straight changes, but that was a good one. It was down, it was away, and Maurer very lucky to be staying alive.
What do you think about going up in and with the fastball?
Well, I would think that's where you'd like to go with him. He doesn't swing at pitches out of the zone too often, however. He's very disciplined.
Another 1-2 pitch to Joe Maurer. That's high. Didn't get it in. 2-2. The M&M boys bat behind one another. Maurer in front of Morneau. Pretty good duo for the Twins. 1 out. 2-2 the count on catcher Joe Maurer. Danks from the line. The pitch inside corner, no call. 3-2, and Przinsky will talk to Tim McClellan. I know his eye's good, Steve, but that's a close call. Just went his way.
The reason why you don't get the call is that AJ was set up on the outside corner. That ball was inside, and when a catcher has to reach that far, you don't get the call.
3-2 pitch. He struck him out on a high fastball. Danks has 3.
I've watched Mauer for a lot of years now. I can't remember him striking out twice in a row.
I don't remember him striking out in the same game twice. I'm sure he's done it, but I don't remember it. But that's another story. 2 down, and here's Morneau. He struck out in the second, leading off the inning. He's locked and loaded for velocity. Danks with a delivery, a swing, and a pop-up left side. Foul territory. Uribe a play. He's got it. 1, 2, 3 go the Twins. Danks has retired the last 5. Halfway through the 4th, no score. It is Jermaine Dye, Jim Thome, and Paul Konerko. Scoreless game here in the 4th for the White Sox. Nick Blackburn, he's been dealing. So has John Danks.
There's been 1 hit in this game, and it was the leadoff hitter, Orlando Cabrera, in the first inning. That's it.
There's 1 hit yesterday for the Sox until the 4th. And Dye's RBI single in the 1st. And the hit in the 4th, Ken Griffey. Different day, different situation. The pitch to Dye, pulled foul for strike 1. If the White Sox are going to hit this guy, he's throwing him sinkers in off the plate. They're going to have to start checking that and going to right field.
Well, that time Blackburn got away with a hanging breaking ball on the first pitch. And the break was that it hung far enough inside where Jermaine couldn't hit it fair.
Here's the 0-1 to JD. Swing, line drive, left field. That's a base hit. Over to run it down is Delman Young. He'll make the play. Dye with a wide turn will hold on, respecting the arm of left fielder Delman Young.
That's where speed shows up in the outfield as well as offensively. And these are very speedy outfielders for the Twins. A lot of guys that would have been a 2-base hit. Blackburn spun that slider, got too much of the plate. Jermaine took it into left field. And Young was able to get to it, backhand it, and have enough to plant his foot, make a good solid throw, and Jermaine had to hold at first base.
So here's Thome, a walk in the second. The fans ramped up. They want the Sox to score, and so do we. Blackburn's pitch to Thome, fouled off his foot, strike 1. He's come at him with sliders and changeups and then sinkers away.
Well, the game plan is to keep the ball in on his hands and throw it above the belt.
Span gets deeper in right field. He'll be in the Miller Lite Bullpen Sports Bar or in the Minnesota Twins bullpen. Dye at first, no outs, scoreless game, and the pitch to Thome way inside, 1-1.
And Jim took a lot of inside pitches the first time up and was walked on a slider down and in.
We talked about this 2 innings ago. If you let Blackburn do it, he'll work deep in counts and maybe issue a walk. Although he doesn't walk many, he pitches around home plate.
He doesn't quite have Baker's stuff or his command, but he's got excellent control.
A ball and a strike on Jim Thome. Slugger Jim waits in the 1-1. Swinging a foul over to the Sox dugout on the ground. That went right through between the fence, up the stairs, or down the stairs, I should say, into the dugout. That's hard to do. Konerko waits in the on-deck area. Griffey stands in the Sox dugout with his helmet on and the bat in his hand. Remember 1 year the pitcher was batting in Philadelphia, forgot to go up there with his bat. The 1-2 to Thome inside, 2-2. Forgot his bat. Warmed up with the weighted bat in the on-deck area, had the helmet on, dropped the bat, and went to home plate.
Well, if you're planning on taking a walk, that's a good idea.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you got problems.
Umpire said, "Will you need a bat?" He goes, "Oh, gee, yeah, let me go back and get one." It wasn't like he picked the one out in the natural. Naturals at home plate, the 2-2. Low, 3-2, very close call. There's that sinker, Steve.
Well, Blackburn wanted it. Mauer set up outside. They didn't get the benefit of the call. And to the credit of Tim McClellan, he hasn't been given that pitch to anybody tonight.
They stand here at U.S. Cellular waving the black towels. Everyone here, mostly, I should say, over 3/4 of the crowd, they're wearing black shirts and waving black towels. Dye at first. Doesn't run. The 3-2 pitch. Check swing. Did he walk him? Nope. Check swing. They call him out at third.
I can't believe it because I don't think he swung at that pitch. That was a slider down and in. Jerry Meals.
Yeah, Jerry Meals called him out on strikes.
Well, as you slow it down, it looks like Jim might have gone around.
The second strikeout for Blackburn. And that was a ball, wasn't it?
It was. It was way low and in. That's actually the same pitch he walked him on the first time up in the second inning.
We talked about him walking you if you'll let him, and he will. Here's Konerko. Hit the first pitch deep to left field. Left center it was for an out. Dye with a measured lead away from first. No score. We're in the fourth. One out, one on. The pitch to Konerko. Slider outside, ball one. Tomey sits in the dugout, ponders what just happened. Konerko's average at 241. He was in the 210 to 220 range mostly this season. He's come a long way back. The 1-0 to PK. Slider over, 1-1.
Well, it's still a good take because it's a pitcher's pitch. That ball was away. It was a slider. And Paul, up 1-0, realized if he tries to pull that ball, he's going to ground it to the left side.
The Twins pitchers, Blackburn and also Baker, they love to go to their hat. If I'm Guillen, I have him inspected. 1-1 on Konerko. Dye at first, guarded by Morneau. Blackburn settles at the belt. Look at first, the 1-1, a swing and a double play ball to third. Harris has it. To second for one on the first. He threw it high. Konerko safe.
Well, there's a break because we're going to get one more out than we ordinarily have. Paul might have hurt himself down there. He's coming back awfully slowly to the bag.
Remember, he's got that sore knee. He's wearing a brace.
Well, I think he extended himself at first base. And he came in very awkwardly at first. But nobody coming out to take a look at him. That should have been a fairly easy double play. It wasn't. And so now the Sox get a break. Casilla threw that flat-footed.
How much did Dye influence that throw? He was on him.
He was.
Here's the pitch to Junior outside. There's that sinker, ball one. They got him swing at one last time up. Sinkers that are up, they go a long way. We refer to them as stinkers. Guys like this do something good in a game just like this. The pitch is swinging a pop up. This isn't too good. Left side, Harris foul territory on the warning track, dances with it, makes the catch. The White Sox are out in this inning. No runs, one hit, and a runner left. Through four, no score.
MLB at Home is presented by Scott's, who knows that some of the best games are played in the backyard. Scott's, grow more good.
Cuddyer 0 for 1 with a chopper to first to Konerko. That was with one out in the second. What we know about him is he likes the fastball and loves to go after it wherever it is in the strike zone. Going to go after that one because it was low and outside for ball one. Where's the batter's shin guard on his left leg? One of the top picks from the state of Virginia. Here's the 1-0 outside, 2-0. The adrenaline rush is now over for the starters. I believe you go into the third or fourth inning, Steve. You have that adrenaline. Now we're going to make some pitches. He's going to make one here on 2-0 to Cuddyer. That's in there for a strike on the inside half, 2-1. He also loves the ball away, doesn't he?
I think he just likes the fastball. First round pick, 9th overall in the '97 draft.
Here's the 2-1 to Michael Cuddyer. Inside, missed the corner, 3-1. Danks has issued 2 free passes. And the 3-1, a swing and a line drive to left. That could be extra bases. Over to get it Wise. Can't get it on the roll. Cuddyer is going for second. He'll make it with a leadoff double.
First to the ball game for Minnesota. Danks fell behind, and then Cuddyer looking for something middle in. Crushed it down the line. He got a high fastball out over the plate. And Dwayne Wise couldn't get to it in time.
Delman Young got to the ball that Dye hit, and Wise couldn't get to this one because it was hit a little harder and over towards the line. Well, here's Young, and he'd like to hit the ball to the right side. He'd rather hit it out. No score. We're in the 5th. 2 hits for the Sox, the double for Kadire and the Twins, and the pitch to Young, swung and a miss, strike 1. He one-handed that one.
That was a good cutter right in on his hands. And that's where you can stay until you go to get Delman Young, and then you want to throw that face-high fastball.
Young 0 for 1 with a fly to die in right field. Cabrera will come in behind Kadire, the base runner, now move back to his position at short. The 0-1 pitch, Young lines one out of play upstairs to the club level. The count 0-1-2. Now where do you go? Where do you want him to go?
Face-high fastball. Preferably out over the plate. But you want to make sure that it's helmet or face high, not letter high, because he hits that ball hard.
Danks room to work to Delman Young. Kadire at second. The 0-2 pitch is swinging a fly ball to center field. This is going to send Griffey back. Kadire will go back and tag Griffey under it. His throw comes in. Kadire will make third base, sliding. 1 out. Runner at third for Brendan Harris.
It's just a little thing, but it's something that Ken Griffey did. He backed up and then flat-footedly caught that ball instead of backing up and catching it coming forward with all his momentum going toward third. Now, whether he gets him or not, that's one thing. But if you're going to back up under a ball and then catch it stationary, that runner is going to tag up, especially a Twins runner. And now the infield has to come in at all 4 positions.
Here's Harris. Will he bunt in this situation?
I don't think so with the infield in, but it's something that you certainly have to bear in mind.
Real estate, they say location, location. No more important right here for Danks to Harris, who chokes the bat with a runner at third. The pitch, strike called. 1 out. First runner to third for either ball club. White Sox had 2 walks in the second. It ended on a ground out. Kadire at third, 1 out, 0-1 on Harris, and Danks with the pitch, a swing and a miss, 0-2. Had room to work to Delman Young and made a mistake with a high fly ball. Now he's got Harris 0-2. It is important for him to keep the ball down, Steve.
Well, he can cut it down and in to Harris. And if he does hit it, he'll ground it to the left side. Otherwise, you strike him out down there.
Harris calls time in that right-handed batter's box. 1 foot out, 1 in. Taps home plate twice with a bat. Danks will read signs from his catcher Przinsky. No score, 5th inning. 1 out. Kadire at third, and the 0-2 to Harris. Inside blocked nicely by Przinsky, and he tried to decoy the runner at third, didn't he?
Yeah, but I think Kadire's probably seen that, having played with AJ for a bit. AJ spun around like he didn't know where the ball was, but he had already made a nice stop of it, trapping it between his legs.
He fooled me for a second.
Unfortunately, you weren't at third.
No, he'd really have to go and get me up here, wouldn't he? 1-2 on Harris. Infield up, Kadire at third. And the 1-2 to Harris, just off the plate away. Close call, didn't get it. 2-2. I thought that ball was outside.
It was. Now you can come back low and into Harris, who's fanned 98 times this year. The 99th would be welcome.
The 2-2. A swing and a high pop-up. Short center field. Griffey coming on. Kadire's going to try the arm. He's tagging. Griffey has it. He's coming home. The throw to home. In there, Przinsky with the tag. He got him. He got him. What a play by Griffey in center. The tag is Kadire tried to run over Przinsky. The Twins are out here in the 5th on a double play fly out to center. Halfway through the game on this momentous night, on a cool night in Chicago, Twins and Sox, no score. What a play by Griffey and the tag by Przinsky, Steve.
Well, AJ made a nice play on a ball that hit just over the downside of the mound and seemed to explode to him. He got the ball in the glove but didn't have a chance to put it away. And Kadire actually ran into his bicep and forearm. Looked like he could have knocked the exposed baseball out of his glove, but he didn't hit the glove, and he was out. turned out to be a great play, although the fundamentals weren't what you'd like. But the end result is all that counts, and it's still scoreless to the bottom of the 5th.
Ramirez will lead it off for the Sox. Blackburn's pitch, dribbler to the mound. Blackburn off the mound, spins around, has it, throws to first, and he got him. White Sox are going to have to lay off that first pitch sinker.
Fans, time is running out to purchase your personalized brick to the Part of Champions Plaza at U.S. Cellular Field. Don't miss the last chance to purchase a brick and be included in part of White Sox history. Purchasers will also receive a complimentary replica brick to display at your home or give as a gift. Quantities are limited, so act soon. Visit whitesox.com or call 866-976-9275.
One out. Here's A.J. Brzezinski 0 for 1 with a grounder to short. Blackburn's pitch, sinker down and away for ball 1. The ground out to short came after a walk, and that was a walk to Ramirez. And I know A.J.'s thought process. I'm thinking I'm going to get a fastball because he doesn't want to walk me. He wants to get ahead. Blackburn's thinking I'm going to throw him a sinker because he's going to hit the first pitch or try to. The 1-0. That's in there, 1-1.
At this time of year and with the advanced scouts, there's no secrets between these two teams. They know exactly what each team does, the tendencies, just exactly how each hitter hits, because they're so familiar with one another, and the fact that they just hooked up 3 in Minnesota.
Here's the 1-1 to Brzezinski, swinging a foul on the ground left side. There's that sinker. 1-2 now. Where Blackburn didn't throw all that well against the Sox and was a winner at the Metrodome last week, he's thrown pretty good tonight.
Well, he's saved as good a stuff as he's had all year for this performance, because he's thrown the ball real well to this point.
Scoreless game. We're in the 5th. The 1-2 to A.J. inside, missed the corner. Oh no, delayed call by Tim McClellan. Delayed call. The pitch is thrown and there's no demonstrative call at all. Brzezinski had something to say to him and then walked away. 3rd strikeout for Blackburn. He must call it on the field and then wait and then give him the ring up.
I'm pretty sure he does.
Here's a Uribe. Sox need a run to jump in front. Here's a dribbler foul for strike 1.
It's that little cut slider that he throws almost each and every first pitch, either that or the curveball. And when you try to pull that, if you're a right-hander, you just don't get anything out of it. A ground ball to the left side. Now they've got Harris deep at 3rd and over toward the line, and Punto playing him as a pull hitter.
Here's the 0-1 to Juan Uribe. That's high, 1-1. He must be doing something wrong to the other teams. He's 11-10. His earned run average coming in 4.14. This is his 33rd start.
Well, he's obviously saved his best for last.
With 2 outs, nobody on. The 1-1 to Uribe, waved at it, breaking ball 1-2. Uribe on top of home plate. Blackburn sidestep kick, the 1-2 pitch to Juan. A swing and a pop up to second. Garcia in the outfield about 15 steps. He's there, makes the catch. 1-2-3 go the Sox. Blackburn has retired the last 6. On to the 6th inning, no score. Twins come up here in the 6th. Punto, Gomez, and Span missed an opportunity in the 5th. A double by Kadire. And a fly out by Young deep enough to get Kadire to 3rd. And then Harris lifted a fly not that deep to center. Kadire tagged. Griffey's throw hit the home plate side of the mound, skipped right to Brzezinski, who tagged Kadire coming home for an inning-ending double play. It went 8-2. Here's the pitch to Punto. Inside corner, strike 1.
Still have to make sure that he doesn't bunt. With that in mind, Uribe in and over toward the line at 3rd. And Konerko is stepping back to the bag at 1st. Punto likes to bunt it that way.
0-1 pitch, high fly to left field. Playable for Wise towards the line. Dwayne's under, makes the catch. So Punto opens the 6th with a fly ball to left for Carlos Gomez.
White Sox gift cards are the perfect gift for the Sox fan and your family. Gift cards can be used to purchase tickets at U.S. Cellular Field, box office, as well as merchandise and food during White Sox home games. White Sox gift cards are available at the box office, Dominic's, Joel Osco, Kmart, and Kroger. Visit whitesox.com under tickets for details.
Gomez talking to the bat, and hopefully he didn't get any answers. He is 0 for 1 with a pop out to short. And the pitch from Danks. Outside corner, strike 1. This umpiring crew that is here has changed somewhat, with Tim McClelland a holdover from yesterday's umpiring staff. Here's a swing and a line drive deep center field. Griffey running back has a play, makes the catch.
John Danks with a minimum of pitches through 2 hitters. And that's where he wants to keep it. He's been brilliant so far this evening. The Twins have just the 1 lone hit. That a 3-1 fastball up in the zone to Kadire. Other than that, there have been very few mistakes by John Danks tonight.
Here is Denard Span to walk in the first, and then a roller to Konerko in the third. Uribe up at third, taking the bunt away, and Span shows bunt. And that's low for ball 1. Let's pause here 10 seconds for station identification on the Score on the Sox Radio Network.
Don't miss our Sox Twins recap tomorrow morning from 6 until 10 a.m.
Mully and Hanley mornings on the Score.
WSCR Chicago, WSCR HD, 670 The Score, a CBS radio station.
With Steve Stone, Ed Farmer at U.S. Cellular Field, game 163. I know we play 162, but the Twins and Sox, after 162 games, have an extension of the season because they have the same records coming into action tonight, 88-74. Mark Sereng is our engineer here. Tim Bach, Dave White, Chris Tannehill are in the Score studios in downtown Chicago. That one too close to Span 2-1.
This is only the 8th time in history that there's been a game 163. In the last 4 times, the home team has won.
Was it the Rockies last year going extended? Yes. Yeah. Here's the 2-1 to Span. Outside and low, 3-1. Danks, you can see it when he goes outside, Steve. That right shoulder pulls out sometimes prematurely.
He has to make another 3-1 pitch here. And you got a guy that's hit the ball pretty hard against him, Casilla, in the on-deck circle.
Span has power. He's got 6 homers this season. No score. We're in the 6th with 2 down. Danks with the 3-1 to Span. He walked him. That wasn't even close.
Well, you would think somewhere in this at bat he would be going, for the simple reason that for the Twins, if he gets thrown out, you lead off with Casilla. You don't lead off with Mauer.
This is where it gets a little hairy because you mentioned Casilla's been up twice, a line out and a fly to left. He's hit the ball hard both times. On deck is Joe Mauer. He's been up twice, struck out both times. You can go along with that so far, and then all of a sudden there's a stop sign. This is an important guy. Span at first, draws a throw from Danks, and he's back safely. Top of the 6th, 2 down, a walk to Span. The Twins look for that light to come through that door, and that little crack in the door, sometimes they storm through. Another throw to first, and Span's safe again. The idea, if you get the guy at home plate, Span can run wherever he wants, but it's getting the guy at home plate that sometimes can be the chore. Casilla switch batter, right-handed batter's box, 270, chokes the bat, open stance. Danks a look at first, another throw over there. That's 3 and away, and almost threw three in a row. That is, and almost threw that one away. Sometimes it's hard to say.
That was on the home plate side of first base. Paul Konerko forgot about the tag. He was just trying to catch the ball.
2 down. Span extends his lead a little bit more, and Steve, he's moving towards second base. And no throw, and the pitch outside for ball 1. Get the hitter, forget about the runner at first. I know if Span's running, an extra base hit gets him in. Don't think the Twins aren't thinking about that either, are they?
Well, that's Jerry White, first base coach, just talking to Span. And you'd have to figure, and we talked about it somewhere in this sequence, he's going to be going.
I think he's going now. 1-0 the count on Casilla. Hitting room right side. Span doesn't run on the pitch. That's a strike, 1-1. They wanted to make sure he threw a strike first. Now they may try it.
I think he's running in this sequence. I just don't know when. Either does Ozzie, or he'd call a pitch out. And John Danks in the 83 pitch mark.
He got the first 2 outs on about 4 pitches. The 1-1 changeup swung and a miss, 1-2. He missed that by 2 feet.
That was the best changeup he's thrown tonight. And it looked like Span started to go, but realized he had no jump at all as John Danks went to the slide step.
Fans stand around U.S. Cellular. 2 outs. Span at first, 1-2 on Casilla. And the pitch to Casilla, inside and low, gloved on one hop by Przinsky. He saved the wild pitch.
Great play by AJ, because that ball was right in at the feet of Casilla. I don't think AJ saw it. He just reached across and caught the ball in the dirt.
He's going to be careful with throwing that ball away so quickly, because until the umpire says give me the ball, throws it out of play, that guy can run from first to third. 2-2 on Casilla. They play him in the outfield straight up. Dye may be a little bit towards the line and right. Middle of the diamond, the shortstop Cabrera, and Alexei Ramirez, the second baseman. Span leaning towards second. 2 out. Another throw over to first, and Span's back safely once again.
Well, it looks like Span has read the move of John Danks by this point. You just got to concentrate on making one of your best pitches of the night to Alexei Casilla.
Sometimes you take a shot and you just take off, don't you?
Well, that's called running on first move. Sometimes you get picked off by doing that.
2-2 the count, 2 outs. Casilla waits with Span at first. He goes, and the pitch, a swing and it's dribbled foul up the third base line.
Good straight change again. He had Casilla well out in front of it, and Span was indeed going.
Span doesn't have one pocket out. He's got both of them out.
It's called a double elephant.
It's a good look. As soon as he saw that foot cross the pitching rubber, he was going. The fans are yelling, "Let's go White Sox." Casillas hit 7 home runs. No score. We're in the 6th. Deuces are wild. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs in the pitch. A swung on and missed. Strike 3. Got him. In the inning, no runs, no hits, a walk, and they leave another runner. They have stranded 2. Halfway to the 6th, at the bottom of it, halfway through the 6th, no score.
Now more than ever, you need technology you can rely on.
頼れる人ですよね. I'm a Dell Technologies advisor.
Ich auch.
我也是。
我aussi.
And if you're a small business, we're with you.
We are with you.
Estamos com você.
We want to help.
So we'll be right here.
At home, answering your calls, providing support,
And standing by you every step of the way.
Bye-bye.
Do you have the Binny's attendance?
I do, and it's a whopping crowd. 40,354.
Pitch to Cabrera. That's low, I guess, for ball 1. 40,354.
Around there, yes.
That's brought to you by Binny's Beverage Depot. Locations all over Chicago. The latest one in the South Loop. Better prices, better selection. Visit Binny's. The 1-0 he shows bunt. That's low. 2-0. 18th sellout. And this is the largest crowd. You'd have to go back to 03 when the Royals were here. 40,922. And we haven't scored a run. Here's the 2-0 to Orlando Cabrera. Inside corner, says home plate umpire. That looked tied, 2-1.
Well, Orlando tried to jump out of the way of it.
Was it a strike?
It looked like it was certainly close enough. That could have been called a ball because Mauer yanked it back over the inside corner.
Here's the 2-1 Blackburn pitch. Cabrera checks his swing and fouls it at home plate. 2-2 now. Is that little cut fastball?
It is.
If you go to right or try to, your success rate goes up considerably. I'm not saying you're going to get a hit. We've seen Orlando Cabrera go to right down the line. Last hit, Dye's single in the 4th. A 2-2 pitch, a swing and a line drive. Morneau's got it at first. Made the catch. He tried to go to right.
But that was the way to go after him, and that's the first guy that's done that tonight. And unfortunately, Morneau at 6'4", well off the line, was right there. Otherwise, it's ticketed to right field.
That's 7 up, 7 down for Nick Blackburn. Here's Wise. He has had some heroics this season. His club 6 home runs, nothing bigger than the one against the Tigers earlier this month, and he takes a slider for strike 1. Where Blackburn was living on fumes at the Metrodome, he's doing a whale of a job facing John Danks and the Sox tonight. 1 out, the 0-1 pitch to Wise. Ground ball to first. Morneau backs up, gets a tough hop, runs to the bag. We better try somebody else. 3 unassisted for Jermaine Dye.
Become a WhiteSox.com registered user and sign up for the White Sox Wire email newsletter, ticketing alerts, and breaking news emails. The latest White Sox news and information, and it's all free. Visit thewhitesox.com to sign up today. And save the date, folks. Sox Fest 2009, presented by U.S. Cellular, take place at the Palmer House Hilton from January 30th through February 1st. For details, visit WhiteSox.com under Community.
Here's Dye, 1 for 2 with a single. That's a strike called, at least I believe it is. McClellan is not going to give you anything until you throw it over. That pitch was knee high and it had plenty of home plate. Blackburn's 0-1 with 2 outs. Dye swings, popped it up and playable for Mauer, the catcher. Discards the mask behind home plate, makes the catch quietly. The Sox again for the second consecutive inning. 3 up, 3 down they go. 9 up, 9 down to the 7th. No score. 6 complete, no score. And for the Twins here in the 7th, it's Mauer, Morneau, and Kadire, the heart of the Twins lineup. John Danks, 87 pitches thrown through 6 innings. They will ply Mauer very deep. This guy's a better runner than people give him credit for also.
Well, if you play him away and pitch him away, that's the way the defense is.
Every out is a priority now. We're in the 7th. He shows bunt, gets it down. Przinsky has it, turns, throws, got him.
And thank you, Joe Mauer. Because when you're up to 88 pitches, you love to see the league's best hitter, and he's going to win the batting title. You love to see him bunt the ball. Now, he wanted to get this further away from A.J. A.J., knowing he could get him, pounced on it quickly, had a real good angle to first base.
He almost threw that ball into the mask, Steve.
Well, the mask came flying off, and he was able to get it there in 1 pitch, 1 huge out.
Here's Morneau. He likes velocity in the pitch. Fastball in there for strike 1. He is 0 for 2, a strikeout and a pop out to Uribe in foul territory to close the Minnesota Twins 4th. 1 out, bases empty. Danks to the wind in the 0-1. Check swing went around 0-2. Slider, cutter, what was that?
That was a good slider. Low and away from Morneau. And you'd think another one here wouldn't be a bad idea.
Everybody up at U.S. Cellular. They've come to cheer the White Sox on and get them to the playoffs. Everybody in a black shirt for the most part. Black towels. The 0-2 to Morneau. A swing and a bouncing ball off Danks' glove to short. Cabrera off balance throw. Got him. Nicely done.
1-6-3. And there's another break because that ball could have easily deflected away. Had John Danks just left it alone, it would have gone right to Cabrera, who was playing up the middle. But when it hit off the glove, Cabrera was able to redirect, moving to his right, off balance throw, got it there a couple of steps ahead of a very slow running Morneau.
If that's on turf, that's true for a hit.
Yep.
2 outs, and here's the next priority. Michael Kadire, the pitch, swung on and fouled back. He's locked and loaded for the first one, isn't he?
Well, he was that time.
One for 2. He doubled in the 5th, moved to 3rd, and with 1 out, tagged on a fly ball to short center, and Griffey threw him out. The 0-1 to Kadire, popped him up, short right field. Ramirez backpedals, looks at Dye. Dye comes in, and stutter step makes the catch. Through the heart of the order, Mauer tries to bunt. He's out. Morneau, a 1-6-3 grounder to short. Kadire popped to right. The fans on their feet for the 7th inning stretch. We head to the home half here at U.S. Cellular. Sox and Twins, no score.
MLB Priceless Moments, presented by MasterCard.
Gives the ball to the kid. How awesome is that? Jimenez in the air.
And there's one happy fan.
That's why we love this great game and the great players in it.
The moment. That's amazing. That is amazing.
Big hug. A big Josh Bell fan.
Wish you a long and happy life together.
Mike Trout, as usual, signing autographs for some young fans, and the reaction, priceless.
Tomey is 0 for 1, a walk and a strikeout. The last man to reach, Jermaine Dye. That was back in the 4th. 9 in a row retired by Blackburn. See what he starts Tomey with. The fastball outside for ball 1. This place is amped up.
Tomey hasn't had many hittable pitches.
They have the shift on for Tomey. The 1-0 Blackburn pitch. That's down and in, 2-0.
Very similar to the pitch that he was called out on back in the 4th inning. That was a big play. Because he appealed to Jerry Meals, he called a strike. It would have been 1st and 2nd, nobody out.
Here's the 2-0 to Tomey. Fastball high, strike. That was a high strike, 2-1. On the phone, Don Cooper to the bullpen. And Cooper's the pitching coach. 2 balls, 1 strike. Slugger Jim waits, and the pitch fouled back and out of play. 2-2 now. He has enough on his fastball to get that in on his hands.
Well, both of these guys, John Danks and Nick Blackburn, making their 33rd start. They both had the identical amount of innings pitched, 187 innings. Neither has a complete game.
The 2-2 to Tomey from Blackburn. A swing and a high fly ball, deep center field. Running back, Gomez. He's at the track. He's at the wall. Gone. Tomey lights it up. Sox lead 1-0. He's hit his 34th. Straightaway center.
Team that gave up the most home runs in the major leagues in September, the Minnesota Twins. They just gave up another one. And that one went 430 happy feet. Blackburn now second on the team and giving up home runs. 23rd he's given up. And that was a towering blast.
The Distance brought to you by the Chicago Gary International Airport, 30 minutes from downtown Chicago. Future developments, visit GaryChicagoAirport.com. It's also a donation from Orland Park, BMW, Mercedes-Benz to White Sox charities. Here's Konerko. They can go back to back. That's a strike to Paul. 1-0 Sox here on the 7th. That's only the 3rd hit for the White Sox and the biggest of the night.
Well, that's only the first hittable pitch that Jim has had all night long, and he made the most of it.
Keep the line moving. That's the cry from the Sox dugout. The 0-1 to Konerko. Low, 1 ball, 1 strike, and the Twins bullpen getting ready. Lefty-righty combination.
That ball went over the camera positions in center field.
That's a bomb. Here's the 1-1 to PK. Dribbled foul into the Sox dugout. No, off the top of it and into the stands. 1-2. No outs. A home run from Tomey puts the Sox in front 1-0. That was a high sinker. And what was it?
Well, you'd like to call it a stinker, but I think he was trying to get that ball up and into Tomey.
I think you're right.
It drifted back out over the plate, and he cranked it.
They shout Paulie. Paulie, the 1-2, dribbled foul. That will reach Griffey in the on-deck area. Griffey's picking out the person he wants to throw that to. Give it to a young lady down there, probably about 10 years old. 1-0 White Sox here in the 7th. On a Tomey bomb to center. This place still hasn't settled down.
The bullpen up and going for the Twins. Righty-lefty going.
Konerko waits for the 1-2 from Blackburn. Here it is, inside 2-2. Usually, not exclusively, now he goes away. Brzezinski is the cheerleader in that Sox dugout. Two balls, 2 strikes. The delivery to Konerko. Swinging a shot on the ground to second. Casilla to one knee has it. Skin part of the infield, sidearm throw to first. And he gets Konerko for the first out.
The defensive play of the game was turned in by Ken Griffey Jr. and A.J. Brzezinski, throwing out Kadire at home plate. That saved the 0-0 game at the time. Gave the Sox a chance to untie it with a run this inning. That was the defensive play of the game, presented by Defender Doors and Windows. Call 708-780-7320 for your doors, windows, fencing, and more.
Recapping of the scoring: a home run by Tomey here on the 7th. That's brought to you by Cooney and Conway, representing individuals who've developed mesothelioma. That's a cancer caused by asbestos. If you or someone you love has developed mesothelioma, go to CooneyConway.com on the computer. Stay in the game moment brought to you by Just for Men Hair Color. The leadoff man Tomey with a home run to center. Here's the 0-1 to Junior. Outside, 1 ball, 1 strike. Looks like Sox stay in the game. You can too with Just for Men Hair Color.
Looks like Matt Thornton throwing in the bullpen for the Sox. Well, they've gotten a whole lot out of John Danks tonight. He's been absolutely untouchable.
Ditka star of the game. John Danks. The 1-1 with one out to Junior. A swing and a line drive right center field. This is hit way back. On the move. Spanny's at the track. It's off the fence for extra bases. Griffey to second with a one-out double. Anderson will run for Griffey.
And with that Griffey double, Waste Management will make a contribution to the Cystic Fibrosis Foundation to help find a cure. Think green, think Waste Management, think at least one more run. And now Mauer goes out to the mound. He wants to allow that bullpen a chance to get just a little looser. I think it's Jose Mejias, the left-hander in the pen. It's Boof Bonser, the right-hander, and Mejias, the left-hander.
It is Mejias. With Ditka Steakhouse, 2 locations. One in downtown Chicago on Chestnut, a block west of Michigan Avenue. The other one in the city of Oak Brook Terrace, Route 83 and 22nd Street. And they are going to walk Ramirez.
And I believe they're going to go to Mejias against A.J.
This is the 3rd walk for Blackburn, the 1st intentional. One 0 White Sox on the strength of a home run from Tomey in the 7th inning, leading it off. Konerko a ground out to second, followed by Griffey's double to the gap in right center. There's ball 3 to Ramirez. They want to pitch to Przenski with Mejias, don't they?
I believe so. But Gardner didn't want Mejias to come in and throw 4 straight bad ones before he had to throw a good one. So he does it with the pitcher who's out there, and now here comes Gardy. And there goes Blackburn, who did a whale of a job
certainly
tonight.
did. Pitching change. Blackburn will leave, and this pitching change is brought to you by Seattle Sutton's Healthy Eating. Blackburn 6 1/3 innings, 4 hits, 1 run so far, 3 walks, 1 intentional, 2 strikeouts, and a Tomey home run. Jose Mejias will pitch the lefty here in the 7th for the Twins.
It's a pretty good story because he broke his elbow. He started in A-ball, went to AA, and here he is in the big leagues. This is his 10th appearance, ERA an even 1, record 0-1. He's thrown 9 innings. Hasn't walked anybody yet. Opponents hitting just 100 against him. He's 5'10", he's 220 pounds.
And he throws hard. He will face A.J. Przenski here in the 7th with 1 out, 2 aboard. The 2, the second base Anderson running for Griffey, who doubled with 1 out. And an intentional walk to Ramirez. The run at second, huge.
This would be a real big run, and everybody is deep all the way around. Somewhat surprising that Gomez is that deep in center field for A.J., but he's way back there. It's 400 to straightaway center. He's using 380 feet of it to set up.
A base hit to center field. I know he's got a great arm. There's no way he can throw out Anderson unless it's a one-hopper. Mejias from the set. A look at second is Anderson, and the pitch. A swing and a high fly ball to left field, down the line, slice into the corner, and this is out of play for strike 1. Let's pause here. 10 seconds for station identification. You listen to White Sox baseball on The Score on the Sox Radio Network.
Listen tomorrow morning from 6 to 10 for some intense White Sox Twins talk.
Molly and Haley mornings on The Score.
WSCR Chicago, WSCR HD, 670 The Score, a CBS radio station.
Alongside Steve Stone, Ed Farmer at US Cellular Field. White Sox lead 1-0 on a home run by Tomey leading off the 7th. They're trying to get more. Mark Sarang is our engineer here. Tim Bach, Dave White, Chris Tannehill in the Score studios in downtown Chicago. Harris from the set, the 0-1 to A.J. a foot outside, 1-1.
Harris does have a wild pitch this year. Only given up 3 hits so far. This is his 10th appearance. They're playing A.J. as an opposite field hitter. The gap in right center. And a huge gap on the right side between Morneau and Casilla. They don't think A.J. is going to pull him. That would tell you that Mejias is going to stay away from it.
Look where Young is. I mean, look how close he is.
Well, he's also over toward the line, taking the line away from A.J.
1 ball, 1 strike on Sox catcher A.J. Przenski. Sox lead 1-0 here in the 7th. A.J. was in the batter's box, called time as Mejias took a long time reading signs from Mauer, the catcher. 1 out, 2 aboard. Infield at double play depth, and the 1-1 to Przenski. That's low, 2-1. Firing for effect here, you can get in trouble. No better spot for Brzezinski to hit his 14th home run, and he would love to do that against his former team.
Well, with nobody paying much attention to Brian Anderson at second base, he's got to get a bigger secondary lead than he got last time. He took his lead, didn't come off all that far. And, I mean, there's nobody paying attention to him.
Look at second, the 2-1 to A.J. A swing and a bouncing ball to first. Morneau has it. The runners are moving up 90 feet. 3 unassisted on Brzezinski. It is a productive out for Uribe. Decision time for Ron Gardenhire, the manager of the Twins, as he let Majerus face Uribe. You warm up a righty, you should come and get him. That's the idea, but he's leaving him in there, Steve.
I think he likes this matchup and trying to stay away from Uribe. With first base open, I don't think he wants to face Cabrera, who's been a much more effective hitter. But wants to turn the tables if he gets one middle in.
Yesterday, it was wild pitches in situations like this yesterday. That was a different story. Detroit, here's the pitch to Uribe, inside and low, almost to the backstop, 1-0.
Different catcher also.
Yeah.
It's going to be tough to get one by Mauer. It's another left-hander, Dennis Reyes, throwing in the pen. That's somewhat surprising.
1 ball, no strikes on Uribe. Runners at second and third, 2 down in the 7th, and the pitch in the dirt, smothered by Mauer.
2 good plays by Mauer.
He was on that like a dog looking for a biscuit.
Oh, Majerus is trying to throw one to the screen.
And 1-0 White Sox.
And normally, if this one stays in the park, Juan's swinging at it.
Yes. Blackburn for 6 1/3. Majerus got Brzezinski on a roller to first. 2 balls, no strikes. Anderson at third. Ramirez at second. Majerus deals the 2-0 to Uribe. A swing, line drive, left center field, dropping fast. Young coming over, reaches out, makes the catch. He ran it down. In the inning, a run and a couple of hits, a walk. The big blow, Tomey's home run, is 34th, and the White Sox leave 2. They have stranded 5 through 7, 1-0 Sox. It's here in the 8th. Harris and Punto to follow on the pitch. A swing and a high fly ball to right field. Playable for Dye. A stutter step. Comes back and forth and makes the catch. 1 pitch, 1 out. To the mound, Brzezinski to talk to John Danks. Danks 16 pitches in the first, 12 in the second. His big inning was the third. He threw 22, 9 in the fourth, 13 in the fifth, 15 in the sixth, and less than 8 in the 7th.
Well, 6 pitches, and it was because of a first pitch bunt by Mauer. Then a little chopper from Morneau and a fly ball from Kadire.
Harris stands in just with 1 foot, took a look at where Uribe was at third. And the pitch to Harris. Outside for ball 1. Just missed the corner. 1 out, nobody on, 1-0 Sox.
Got Uribe over toward the line and even with the bag at third.
1-0 to Harris. That's outside, 2-0. Decision time for Guillen. A walk here brings up Punto, a switch batter. Does he like him from the right side or the left? It's 3-10 from the right. Here's the 2-0 to Harris. A strike, 2-1.
If you had your choice, you want to keep this ball away from Harris.
A 2-1. Outside corner, 2-2.
That's a perfect spot for it. John Danks is throwing as well as you can throw. Ozzy's letting him go a long time.
The 2-2 to Harris. Swinging a line drive, left side foul.
That was a straight change that he got up. He's at the 98 pitch mark.
1 out in the 8th, 1-0 White Sox. Fans on their feet here at U.S. Cellular. Danks even in the count of 2-2 on the pitch. A swing and a bouncing ball through the left side for a hit.
That's just the second hit of the game. That one to the left looked like a straight change, back-to-back straight changes, and Harris representing the tying run at first base.
Here's Punto. They're reading signs from the third base coach. Nick tonight, a fly out and a walk.
Nick's looking into the dugout.
They're looking for someone to run for Harris. Tolbert will run at first. It may come down to this. Punto may bunt. Then again, he may be swinging.
I don't think he's bunting with one out.
There's a throw over to first, and Tolbert was spinning his wheels at first base. He came out of the dugout running.
Swiped 7 bases, been caught just 1 time, so he's their speed merchant at first.
Measures a lead away from first, and the Twins base runners, they take their lead in their right foot, they head towards right field, so they're taking the lead away from first to come back on an angle to the bag. My thing is always this: shortest distance between 2 points. He's moving away from that straight line.
Well, he also wants to go back to the back of the bag on the pickoff.
1 out, 1 on. 1-0 Sox. We're on the 8th. The pitch to Punto, that's a strike. 0-1. Born in San Diego, makes his home Scottsdale, Arizona.
John Danks just hit triple digits in pitches.
He wants a double play ball off the bat of Punto. And the pitch to Nick in the dirt, smothered by Brzezinski. Saved the base runner moving up. Body language and pitches thrown can tell a manager exactly what's going on. 1-1 on Nick Punto, their shortstop. Sox guarding a 1-0 lead on a Tomey home run in the 7th. We're in the 8th. 1 out, 1 on. Tolbert a good lead from first. Danks looks there and throws back over there, and he's safe once again. This place is sold out and amped up. U.S. Cellular.
Looks like Dotel and Thornton in the bullpen.
1 ball, 1 strike on Punto. Guarding the line at third is Uribe, and the 1-1 is swinging a double play ball to short. To second for 1. Ramirez to first. They double him up. 6-4-3 inning ending double play. In the inning, no runs, 1 hit, a double play, nobody left. We're through 7.5 at U.S. Cellular. 1-0 White Sox.
MLB at Home is presented by Scott's, who knows that some of the best games are played in the backyard. Scott's, grow more good.
Bottom of the 8th, White Sox come up. Cabrera to lead it off. It's 1, 2, and 3. Wise to follow and die. A run, 4 hits for the Sox, 2 hits for the Twins. Inning-ending double play off the bat of Nick Punto closed out the Twins in the top half of this 8th. A 1-out single from Harris. Tolbert ran for him, and Matt was out 6-4, and then the throw from Ramirez to first. They doubled up Punto, and he almost fell down in the batter's box.
I think that's what happened. He spun in the batter's box. That's why he got out so slowly. Now Joe Nathan is loosening up in the bullpen for Minnesota, and it looks like Bobby Jenks warming in the bullpen for the Sox.
The pitch to Cabrera from Harris is low for ball 1. I want to see Nathan warm up. He can go home tomorrow.
Well, this would be a huge insurance run if you can get somebody on.
1-0 White Sox. Bottom of 8 at U.S. Cellular. The next one to Cabrera. That's a strike call. 1-1. Harris throws easy heat at 91-92. About time for him to give up some runs.
Well, he's a short armor, and it's a really deceptive motion.
Works from the stretch with no one on. The 1-1 to Cabrera. Swing bouncing ball to short. Punto waits for a tough hop. He's got it. Throws to first. That takes care of Cabrera. Tolbert is playing third base. Here's, with 1 out, here's Dwayne Wise.
What a performance by John Danks tonight. A 2-hit shutout through 8 innings.
Be the spot for a wise homer here. Get careless. Pitch to Dwayne. It was low for ball 1. He watched that one all in Bauer's glove.
Now, he was thinking about bunting the ball, and I don't think that he wanted to bunt it to third.
Look where Morneau is.
Right side is wide open.
Here's the 1-0 to Dwayne Wise. 1 strike, 1-1.
I gotta believe he'd bring Nathan in to face Jermaine Dye.
1 out, bases empty, 1-0 Sox. We're in the 8th. The 1-1 to Wise. Breaking ball, got it over. 1-2. He threw that one. He brought that one out. We haven't seen that from him, and 2 times we've seen him pitch.
Well, this is his 10th appearance, and he has yet to walk anybody.
1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out. Majerus deals. Curveball. High pop up short left center field. Punto runs out. He's under it. Stumbles, makes a catch. 2 down for Dye.
Gardner is leaving Nathan in the bullpen. Here he comes.
He's going to the bullpen for Nathan.
Yeah.
We have a pitching change. This one's brought to you by Volkswagen. Stop by tomorrow and check out the values your Volkswagen dealer has waiting for you. The break's 1:05. Nathan will pitch. We'll tell you about him when we come back on the Score on the Sox Radio Network. Jose Majerus goes 1 inning, 1/3, zeros across. Here's Joe Nathan, Steve.
Nathan at 1-2, ERA 1.34, on for the 68th time. Normally he's brought in a save situation. He's brought in here with nobody on, 2 out, to make sure that Jermaine Dye doesn't hit one out of the ballpark.
And we want Jermaine to unload one to the catwalk and left.
Nathan's given up 5 home runs this year in 67 and 1/3 innings. He's also fanned 74 while walking just 18. He's had a magnificent season.
Halloween has started early tonight at U.S. Cellular. I saw a man, I think it was the person, in a skeleton outfit. Maybe it wasn't. Maybe it was just not an outfit. Skeletor? I don't know.
Could have been.
So it's Dye, who's 1 for 3 with a single to face Joe Nathan. On deck is Tomey. I'd like to get him up in this inning. We're in the 8th, 2 down. Sox lead 1-0. They've used Blackburn, Majerus, and now Nathan have the Twins. Everybody in this ballpark, for the most part, is wearing a black shirt. So here's Dye waiting, and Nathan delivers the pitch. A strike call. He is sneaky fast at 93 for sure. Split finger pitch, as you mentioned. What do you think is his best pitch?
I think the well-placed fastball, because he's got outstanding control.
Here's the 0-1 to Dye. Down and away, 1-1.
Threw a slider there, missed with it by plenty. And Jermaine Dye, over the course of his career, 2 for 10 against Nathan. 1 of them left the ballpark.
Let's make it 3 for 11. The 1-1 to JD. A swing and a line drive, left field, base hit.
Some of those sliders hang.
Yes, they do. Dye's at first. They stand for Tomey. That ball was right in the middle of home plate. Everybody up at U.S. Cellular.
And Jermaine Dye, the only man in the ballpark on either team with 2 hits tonight.
Dye has many hits as the Twins. Here's Tomey waiting and locked and loaded. Home run on the 7th has given the Sox this 1-0 lead here in the 8th. Nathan's pitch down for ball 1. Pick your poison. Walk Tomey, deal with Konerko.
You wouldn't mind seeing him stay down to Jim Tomey.
Look at first, the 1-0 to Slugger Jim. Swung and a missed. He went upstairs with a fastball.
That time he threw a fastball right by him upstairs.
Last year, September 16th, Thome joined the 500 home run club. He's 7 shy of Schmidt now, and Schmidt has 548. 1-1 on Thome. The pitch low, 2-1.
That fastball was 96. Nothing wrong with the Nathan fastball.
No. He rubs the baseball, and we are playing at Nathan's pace right now. And the Twins are down 1-0 to the Sox. Thome at home plate, slightly open stance, left-handed batter's box. Rigg wags the bat across home plate. He waits for Nathan to read a sign, and now he points the bat to right center. Thome waits with Dye at first, and the pitch inside and high. 3-1. Cabrera of the Tigers has won the home run lead with 37. Quinton, who's been out the whole month, had 36 when he broke his wrist. Three and one on Thome. Dye at first, and the pitch is swinging a high fly ball, playable left center field. Gomez and Young come together. It's Gomez calling for it, making a catch, and that's it for the Sox. No runs, 1 hit. They leave Dye at first. To the 9th, coming up for the Twins. Gomez 9, Span 1, and Casilla 2. Jenks warming. He's coming in. Back for the 9th. Sox lead 1-0. On John Danks, 8 innings, 2 hits, 3 walks, 4 strikeouts. Sox lead 1-0 here on the 9th on a Thome home run, and Bobby Jenks will pitch the 9th. Steve.
Jenks at 3-1, ERA 2.67, on for the 57th time. This would be his 30th save, and I don't believe that John Danks ever came up bigger than this performance tonight, not as a professional. And it's Jason Kubel who will come on to pinch hit. They've taken Gomez out of the game.
So it's Kubel to face Jenks, leading off the 9th. Left-handed batter, Jenks the right-handed pitcher, infield back, outfield deep. And Jenks with the delivery, a swing and a foul back, strike 1. He's locked and loaded for the first pitch, wasn't he?
Fouled it back. Pinch hitters come off the bench looking first ball fastball. He got it, but it wasn't in the hittable spot.
0-1, Jenks from the set. And the 1-strike pitch is swinging a pop-up foul to the left, and Jenks is bringing it to 97. For a reliever with these fans on their feet, I can tell you firsthand, this is as good as it gets in the 9th.
Dick Swisher has taken over at first base defensively, and he's guarding the line.
0-2 on Kubel. Jenks from the set, the delivery, swinging a foul back. He's not wasting any. He's going right at him, and that was 97. 1-0 Sox here on the 9th. Kubel waits, and the Jenks 0-2 pitch. Check swing. Did he go around? No, says the third base umpire. That was a strike on Thome, though, wasn't it?
Well, Jerry Meals said no, put out the safe sign.
I thought he had gone.
He didn't.
And that's a good call. 1 ball, 2 strikes. See if Jenks brings him back another hammer. The 1-2. Curveball swung and a missed, strike 3. He's out.
3 fastballs, 2 curveballs, and the last one just disappeared.
Here's Span. Priorities here are to keep Mauer in the dugout. If they're going to do that, Jenks has to work a 1-2-3 9 to win it. Span tonight, a couple of walks and a bouncer to first. Swisher now will play almost on the bag, and he's up. Uribe up at third. They play him towards left in the outfield, and the pitch high for ball 1. If Jenks is going to get it done, he's going to face 3 left-handed batters and maybe 4 here in the 9th. And hopefully no more than that. Kubel left-handed out on strikes. Spans at home plate. He's lefty. Casilla switched batters in the on-deck area. The game's at home plate. Here's the 1-0 pitch to Span. A swing and a bouncing ball to first. Swisher's got it. Twins are down to their last out.
That's a big man to keep off base because he's their base stealer. Now you have to watch the bunt from Casilla. He doesn't have great speed, but it's good. And he turns around for the first time tonight, and he'll hit from the left side, where he's hit .290 this year, a tick better than as a right-hand hitter. And Ozzie Guillen is waving Jermaine Dye in closer in right field.
Here's Casilla. The pitch to Alexei. Swing and a fly ball, dropping fast. Right center field. Anderson dives. Sox win. Sox win. Great play by Anderson. The White Sox are going to the players with their 163rd game. It's their 89th win. What a job by pitching by Danks and by Jenks. Wow, what a game, Stephen.
Just an unbelievable performance by John Danks. Bobby Jenks came on and couldn't have done it without the heroics of Brian Anderson. That ball could have dropped for a double. Anderson came on. It was a flat-out dive. It wasn't one of those where you catch it and then dive. And the Chicago White Sox are the American League Central champion.
Let's go down on the field to Chris Ranji. Chris, take it away.
You can see how excited everybody is here at U.S. Cellular Field, and we saw the crowd earlier. From the very start of this game, this entire crowd has been in it, and I don't think that I expected, guys, maybe you think the same thing, that this would end up being a 1-0 ball game, but it's incredible how these people in this crowd have stayed with this team all season long, despite the ups, despite the downs and everything else. And everybody here obviously excited, and rightfully so. This is a hard-fought championship. It took a lot to get it done, but they did get it done.
When you look at this game and you cut it apart, Chris Ranji and Steve Stone, Danks did the pitching and Tomey did the hitting.
Yeah, and really
the magnificent performance of John Danks. Also, don't forget the play of Ken Griffey in center field, who made the catch, made a tremendous throw to the plate. And A.J. Przinsky hung on to it, even though Michael Kadire tried to plant him in the seats.
We talk about people who are going to the Hall of Fame. They come up big. Griffey did, so did Tomey tonight.
Jim, pretty big swing of the bat for you. Tell us about that at-bat in the homer.
Blackburn was throwing real well. He was throwing some cutters inside. You know, he moved the ball away. I think it was a changeup he left over the middle of the plate, and I was fortunate to hit it. I hadn't been doing much here the last 2 or 3 games, so it was nice to get that big hit.
Now, Harold Reynolds upstairs said the way you looked in the dugout, he thought you predicted you were going to hit a homer. Was he right?
No, not at all. Harold was being kind. I was just trying to have good at-bats, but, I mean, look at this. This is what it's all about, October baseball.
All right, you're in October baseball now. You got a guy in John Danks that got to be pretty happy with the way he performed, huh?
You know what? What a start. He come out, he threw all his pitches for strikes, and we're so proud of him. All our guys, they've done such a great job, and you know what? Now we can focus in on what we're trying to accomplish, and he did a hell of a job for us.
Now, before the game, Ozzie Guillen told us, you know, some of these guys might not get another shot at this. Another one of the old guys in the outfield and center there, Junior, making a pretty nice play, huh?
He did a heck of a job. I'm so happy for him too. The career he's had, for him to get into postseason, and we're gonna enjoy the ride. But understand that Tampa's got a nice club. Go down there, hopefully see what we can do.
Yeah, you only played 3 series against them this year. Good young pitching. Can you handicap it for us a little bit?
Well, Joe Madden, you know what? He does a terrific job with those guys. They've had a good year. Hopefully we can go down there and play our game, and hopefully it'll be a great series.
All right, we'll see you down at Tampa.
Thank you.